Hello, hello. Happy Thursday, fam. How we doing? Hey, Mercier, how are you? Good to see you. You're the first person to write. Yay for you. You were on it. That's awesome. How we doing, guys? Good to see you. I see a lot of people coming on. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Have you ever had one of those days where everything you look for cannot be found? Like I lost and had to find like 5 things today, and it's been kind of a crazy morning because of that. Time wasted. Hate that. Hey, Romania. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Oh, thank you so much. So yeah, in case you guys didn't know and are not in the informed club that is the TSS YouTube channel fam, we hit 200,000 subscribers on, what was it, Tuesday? I think it was, yeah, Tuesday. Yeah, super exciting. And my brother filmed this really cute video, and he still hasn't given it to me. So I haven't posted it yet, but in fact, I should text him right now and bother him. But yeah, he owes me a video so that I could post, because he took video as we were hitting 200, and my little boy was scared of all the noise that we were making. Hey, hey, I see all those smiley faces. Hi, Cubanito Lindo. So also, guys, I haven't really mentioned this, but it's my 1-year anniversary tomorrow with Cubanito Lindo. He is my boyfriend, mi novio, and he hops on the chat, so you guys can bother him today if you'd like. Hey, good morning. Good morning, Illinois. At last you're here. Yes. So good to see you guys. We're really proud of the 200,000. And hey, tell your friends, tell your family, subscribe. There's so many people on, I've noticed, that write me that are on the channel that aren't singers at all, but they really love just learning about the intricacies of singing and artistry. And so they tell people, about the channel and refer them and tell them to subscribe so that they can have a better appreciation for music at the very least, right? Thank you so much for the congrats. That's so very sweet. That's so very sweet. Why does it have to be 12 a.m.? I'm sorry. Are you halfway around the world? It seems like you are. Thank you so much. Thanks, Judy. Appreciate you. See, Nicole, every time. Nicole says, I'm not a singer, but love watching you. See, lots of people say that. Good morning from Texas. Hey, Cape Town. Oh, thank you. Angelica got me these earrings. I thought I'd wear them today. They were a Christmas present. Yay, you get to start the course today, Stephen. Yes, that's awesome. So proud of you. Let's see, congrats. I'm trying to read through, do a little intro here. Hey, Australia. I have a student in Australia, a couple of them actually. Hey, give us long riffs, please. You guys are ruthless. How long have I been teaching? Oh my gosh, watching me and drinking wine. Awesome, Evan. That's great. Hi, South Africa. Angelica is going to sing with TNT Boys, actually, by the way, but their first date got canceled for whatever reason, or rescheduled, and she already has a date of her own, so she won't be able to be on their first show, which is unfortunate. I don't know what the deal is. I haven't talked to her in a few days. What was I answering? Oh, how long have I been coaching? Okay, so I don't know if you guys know this. I think I told the story once. My very first vocal student, I never tried to coach. Like, it always just sort of came to me. I was 14, and it was my mom's housekeeper. And her name was Nancy. We're still friends, to say she's a family friend. And Nancy is from Canada, so she's French-Canadian, and she had a lot of accent issues and really loved singing, but she wanted me to teach her how to sing and get through the accent issues. And so I took her on, and she would come and do housekeeping for my mom. And then when she was done, she would come into my room and I would give her a voice lesson. So that was my first vocal student. And she was my first one. And then it never stopped from there. So technically I've been coaching for 20 years. Dang, I totally just showed my age, but yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a hot minute. Thank you, Sean. Thank you for that. I love watching you. I'm not a singer, but I'm an aspiring guitar player. Cool. Love your videos. Greetings from Lubbock, Texas. Hey, hey, hey. That's awesome. Simone, do you need some singing talent, or can you be the worst singer and go for lessons and still come out singing like an angel? Or angle is what you say, but I'm assuming you mean angel. So, okay, here's the deal, guys. It's not magic, right? I mean, you can get better. We've talked about this before in videos, I believe. You can get better, but if you take someone with absolutely zero talent, someone who has pitch issues, no vibrato, a wobbly voice, no support, just nothing, right? I absolutely can work with them and make them better. I can fix those things to a degree to where you audibly hear improvement. But am I going to make that person better or just as good as, say, someone, I guess we'll talk about Angelica because of the earrings, but like Angelica, who has the innate gift, born with it, and it needs to improve, of course, and grow and be honed, but it's already kind of in her. No, that's not, that's like saying, okay, well, I am, I have a bum leg, right? And I want to be an Olympic runner. I want to be as fast as Usain Bolt. With training, can I ever be as fast as Usain Bolt? Well, you're starting off at a disadvantage, right? You're starting off with something inferior to what they have that's superior, that's just naturally there. So with hard work, yes, you can definitely get better. You can definitely probably even run that race. But to be faster than Usain Bolt or as fast, that's false promises. That's over promising and under delivering. And any vocal coach who tells you different is lying. Okay. Hi, Germany. Good to see you. Accent problems for Canadian French? No. Yes. I mean, it's a thing. For anybody, honestly, for anybody. I was just coaching someone in New Zealand the other day, and I don't know if Kyriakos is on here, but I'm going to blow you up, Kyriakos. And actually, he's so improved. He was in the course. We were doing a check-in session at the end. He did my 8-week course, and thanks, Walter. And he was doing so much better on so many things. And then there were a couple places where, because of his accent, he wanted to, Andy, you can go. I'm going to answer your question in a second, Andy. He wanted to keep going wide when he needed more space lengthwise. And I said, it's literally not anything that you're doing wrong. It's just your accent. When you're speaking, your accent is more wide based when you produce vowels. And so it goes against your natural grain in your mind to go long. And it's just in these certain key words, right? So we fix that. Andy's asking, I'm in my 60s, but my voice is better than ever. Yeah. How can I get your coaching? So guys, I'm going to review the description box stuff real quick. So I'm doing another live webinar Q&A tonight about my course, Sing Smarter, Not Harder. It's all things, ask me anything vocal. I'll answer it there, kind of like YouTube, only it's a little bit more vocal production, vocal technique driven. And I answer any questions that you want me to answer about the course too. So that Zoom link is the first thing that you see in the description box. Below that, you're going to see the free workshop that kind of gives you an idea of whether you're a good candidate or not for the 8-week course. So if you go through that free workshop, that link is there too. And then underneath that, in the description box, you will see a link for lessons. So Andy, you can definitely click on that link. You can also email info@terrasimonstudios.com. I think the link in the description box tells you to go to the website, which you should. But if you know you want lessons with me and not one of my coaches, then you may as well just go ahead and directly email info@terrasimonstudios.com, and my sales assistant Tammy will get back with you and get you in my schedule. And then 8-week course. Oh, the purchase link to the 8-week course, if you already know you want to take it, is also in the description box below, as well as if you guys are not already following me on Facebook and Insta and all that stuff, you should, because I do release things that I don't release on YouTube on Instagram. Quick tips, tricks, hacks, vocal hacks, things like that. So don't miss out on those. Make sure that you're following me on Instagram, on Insta as well. Okay. So yeah, hop on that Q&A tonight if you want to as well. It's going to be at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully that's a better time for some of you on the other side of the world. And yeah, I'll see you there maybe. Hey from Oklahoma. Love to sing. I would love to take classes with you someday. So do it. Let's do it. Abel, I have a problem with hitting the same high notes. In some songs I can hit them, but in others I can't even get close. I've noticed that I can't hit these notes in more fast songs. So I would also suggest that it's probably the vowel and the word that you're singing on, as well as the melodic line. So if you can hit a note somewhere and you can't hit it somewhere else, well then you know you have the note. It's the climate in which the note is trying to be produced that's the problem. And you definitely, if you're not in lessons already, should and could be, especially the 8-week course, because it talks a lot about changing the integrity of vowels and changing the vocal climate to suit you. So if you know you can hit that note, then there's a point of reference there, right? And if there's a point of reference, then you know you can repeat it. But the obstacle in the way is maybe the variable of, okay, it might be a different vowel. I might have to go through consonants quicker, like in a fast song, like you're saying, or the melodic line might not provide such an open vowel climate as the other song that I'm having an easy time doing. So definitely, it's all about singing smarter, not harder, when it comes to hitting high notes. And you seem to be able to get them, but you can't get them consistent. You have to kind of dissect what the problem is and then mitigate that issue. Let's see. Hi, good music. Nice to see ya. Ramona, I've been a singer and in choirs my whole life. Since getting older in the 40s, I'm noticing having trouble hearing myself and being flat. Doctor said ears are fine now. That's good. Is there a way to correct this? So Ramona, I don't know if what your level of fitness is, but as we age, we can tend to get a little soft in the middle. And so I think that, and without hearing you, there's a couple things that come to mind, but the first thing that comes to my mind is your support. So if we're falling flat, you feel like you have a good ear and you feel like you have enough space, well then the answer is that you need to be singing with more support. How to do that specifically is something that you should learn in lessons. A lot of people can think that they're supporting 100%, but really not be and not realize it. And then you get frustrated and you feel like you're justified in quitting or stopping trying because, well, I'm trying, it's not working well. Yes, but you may not be trying the right way. You may not be singing smarter, not harder. So I would definitely check out any of those links for you. Let's see. Ariana, I answered that stage fright question a lot in the other YouTube live, so I'm going to let you go back and listen to those. In fact, the very last one, I talked quite a bit about stage fright. Aaron Zulueta, sorry if I'm butchering that. Can you learn to do whistle tone, or is it born in you? To be honest with you, I didn't have whistle tone until I was like, I don't know, I think like 14 or something like that. I didn't even know to try, right? It wasn't even like a thought to try. Although I did grow up listening to Mariah Carey and singers like that. But like, it was kind of an accident for me one day. I think it was in the shower. And I was like, oh, that's really high. I'm going to try to like control that now. So some people may have it innately. I kind of learned it myself. So I know you can learn it because I kind of did myself. And then in my classical training, I honed that skill because I'm a coloratura in opera. Robert, how can I improve my range? Take voice lessons. Join the 8-week course. Do it smart, Robert. Don't just like go straining and stretching everywhere. Improving your range is time and pressure, just like making a diamond. You have to do incremental practice sessions each day, but in those practice sessions, you have to know what you're doing. And to know what you're doing, if you're not a vocal coach, you have to be told. There is not a single Olympian out there who ever won any kind of medal, gold, silver, or bronze, without a coach. So take it from the pros and learn from one, okay? Let's see. What is whistle tone? Christopher. I mean, those high notes that Mariah Carey sings, the high notes Ariana Grande sings, those really, really high ones that sound like a whistle. That's whistle tone. It's basically an upper extension of your head voice. Okay, what else? Lucy Woodland, how to improve your voice stability when singing whistle moving a lot? That's really difficult, Lucy. And what I would suggest is just first trying to sustain one note without it bobbling or moving. See if you can then manipulate between straight tone and vibrato. And once you have that single note manipulation between straight tone and vibrato, see if you can go up and down just in single step increments. And once you have that, then do skips. But always step before you skip. It's basically like walk before you run, okay? Hi from Saudi Arabia. Woohoo, Majid. Good to see you, kind of. Good to see your words. Hey, Owl. I can't wave at you, but I'm saying hi. Is there a difference between head voice and falsetto? Oh my gosh, we go over this every week, guys. No, there's not a difference. It's the same thing. It's a synonym. Let's see. Hi from the Philippines. Hey, how you doing? How do you, Isla Marshall, how do you strengthen your voice? Because I've always had lessons, but my voice has been weaker than before. I don't know why your voice would be weaker than before if you have lessons. you might want to consider switching coaches because it shouldn't be weaker. Good sense of muscle memory if you're in lessons of what the right thing to do is. So yeah. Lisa, still saving for the course. Go girl, go and hurry. That's awesome. Have I colored my hair? No, it's kind of wet. It's kind of wet because I had a late morning. I didn't get to dry it. Sorry guys. How do I keep, I never dyed my hair by the way. How do you keep Gerardo Torres, how do you keep pitch within your whistle tone notes? I already answered that. Why do I have a break in chest voice to my falsetto? Well, first of all, if you're going straight from chest to falsetto or head voice, then you would have a break. What you need to do first is go to mix. So it goes like this. Here's the order. Chest voice, mix voice, which is a mixture between chest and head. It's the bridge between the two. And then head voice, then whistle tone if you have it. Okay, so if you're going straight from chest to head with nothing in between, you're gonna hear a break because there's something in the middle that's missing. So you have to smooth through into the mix. Now, how to do that? You got to learn in lessons. I can't tell you over just a YouTube Q&A, especially not without hearing you. It's very advanced and it takes a little bit of time. It's rare that people are natural mixers, so it's something that really needs to be worked on. So I definitely recommend that you hop into some lessons. Fairy Bliss. I'm good at singing quiet songs, but when I try louder songs and try projecting my voice, it always crumbles down and then shakes a bit, fades, and just stops. It stopped at 12, and it's not puberty. Oof. Okay. That's not something I can answer, Fairy Bliss. I'm so sorry. I can tell you, I think it's a matter of proper technique or a lack thereof, but there are that sentence has a lot to unpack. You definitely need to be training. And I don't know how old you are now, but how do you know it's not puberty? First of all, like, how do you know that? You're saying it's not definitively, but how do you know? I would definitely need to hear you. You should definitely hop into lessons or do the course or something. Can men train to become rayon? Can men train to become countertenors, or do they have to be born with it? Well, it depends on where you're starting from. You know, if you're a tenor, then maybe. But if you're like a baritone, nah, probably not. Remember, we talked about this too. It's not about the range. It's about the vocal classification of tonality that puts you into bass, baritone, tenor, countertenor, etc. So there are basses or baritones who very well could have countertenor notes, but their tonality is still that deeper, richer, thicker tone. And so they would never be classified as a countertenor, regardless if they can sing the notes or not. So what would be a more appropriate thing to say is, I'm a bass with countertenor notes, or I'm a tenor with countertenor notes, right? Or I'm a countertenor with bass notes, whatever. But the classification has nothing to do with the range. And that's a big, big misconception. Let's see. Simeon Taylor, in a few sentences, what's the best way to get a yes during auditions for The Voice and or American Idol? That's a good question. A lot of people come to take lessons. Thanks, Art Jenkins. A lot of people come to take lessons from me and from my coaches because we've had students on every single one of those shows, and including experience myself being on the shows, right? So that's awesome, Cheryl. You should, and you can be anywhere in the world and join it. So first of all, what a lot of people don't realize is that it's a show and you are a cog in the wheel, okay? It's not about you at all. Couldn't be less about you. So if you want to get a yes, you have to have a story. You have to be interesting fodder for television. And what does that mean? Well, watch the people that are on there now. They either have a sob story, they're really funny, they're really weird, you like to make fun of them, or they have an interesting background, they have an interesting look. There's something that, hey Willis, there's something, yeah, cog. There's something that separates them, makes them interesting, makes them be talked about by the people that are viewing, right? And that has nothing to do with your singing. You haven't even opened your mouth to sing yet. So we call that couch time. So what's your couch time? When you're sitting for an interview, what is, hey, Yusuf, hi from Paris. What is your couch time? What's your story, right? And if you don't have an interesting one, well, it doesn't matter how well you sing, you most likely will not be chosen. And then, of course, the singing aspect, you have to be competitive. You have to have great vocal stamina. You have to have great song selection. That's a huge, maybe the biggest part of it, actually. And so my coaches and me and my coaches, we go through that all the time. And we go specifically, like from the top of your head to the soles of your feet, what you're doing, what you're wearing, how you're singing, what song to select, everything. So if you're looking to go into that and get a yes, then I would definitely recommend training, and not even, the course would not be for you. You would need to do private lessons, because it's not as passive of a thing. There's a deadline. There's specific expectations. They also have certain requirements too, for like what you need to sing, how many songs, if it's a cappella, etc., if it can be original or not, etc. Okay. Oh, hey, Benjamin. Love from an opera singer back. That's awesome. Idaho says hi. Hi. I know, my coaches and I. My boyfriend gets on me all the time about that. It's me and my coaches. I can never remember ever. My coaches and me and my coaches and I. I don't know. Can someone please tell me? Good. Notice I didn't say anything. Oh, okay, Kubani Delindo. Which one is it again? Remind me. I hate it so. Every time I go to say it, you guys, in every single YouTube video, I'm always like, which one is it? Which one is it? It kills me. It's my coaches and I. Is that what it is? Yeah, right? My coaches and I. But I always feel like that's wrong. It's not me and my coaches, it's my coaches and I. Oh my gosh, I hate it. I hate it. He is a grammar Nazi, and I'm scarred for life. I'm scarred for life because I feel like even in confrontation, like if we have a slight confrontation, he'll interrupt me to correct my grammar. So every time, now I'm like, what is it? What would I say? It's so funny. Okay. Getting back to it. Damn right, he says. He's so annoying. Oh my gosh. They come first always. Yeah. Okay, X-Force. Tara, you were kind enough to answer me before, but I'm goofy and still don't get it. If my voice sounds different to me than it does to my audience, then how do I know how I should sound? Am I loopy? Maybe. So you still don't get it. If your voice sounds different than it does to your audience, and how, I think you need to go by what they're saying, not what you're hearing, because I'm super hard on myself. And there's some things that I don't like to hear come out of my mouth, but other people really think it's great, other than my grammar, which is apparently atrocious, I come to find out. But you can record yourself and listen back with other people, get feedback, and see. Maybe you have just this like inner ear of high criticism for yourself. If other people are agreeing with what you're saying, well, then there's probably some validity to it. But I always let others be my sounding board, because I know for me, I've always hated to hear myself saying I've never been happy 100% with a performance. So I have to go by what others say and not what I think of myself. Okay, what else? Let's see. And you know what's most embarrassing? I'm going to say this. What's most embarrassing about him correcting my grammar is that he's Cuban. He's like, moved here, when he was 11, Cuban. So like second language English for him, first language Spanish. That's what's the worst part about it. It's highly embarrassing. It's okay, X-Force. I mean, maybe you are, maybe you're not. Whatever. Adriana Santos. Hi, I'm 15 years old. I study singing and I sing very well, the low notes, but it's difficult for me to sing high notes. I'm a contralto. Can you help me? Yes, I could. I can't help you over chat though, Adriana. So click on that link and let's do something together, or get into my course. Those would be the two options, or get with one of my coaches. My coaches and I would be happy to help you. Maybe now, since I made such a big deal out of it, I won't mess it up. Yeah, me and my coaches and I won't mess it up on the YouTube channel again. I really hope so. Yes, it's possible to have a bad singing day. Absolutely, for sure. I have them all the time. Can you react to black? No reaction questions. Can't a Cuban be great at two languages? Yes, they can, except for it's a little embarrassing when you get corrected by someone who speaks Spanish as their first language and English is your only language, and then they correct you. But it's fine. It's fine. I'm not butthurt. He's probably laughing in Cuban right now. I think laughs are universal, but yeah. Yeah, I'll be here all week. Oh yeah, he will be for sure. Hold my beer. Yeah. Can someone please make fun of him? Like make fun of his screen name or something. I don't know. Do something. Help me out here. I am silly today. It's a funny day. Okay, let's see. Maybe it's because I haven't eaten yet. So I'm starving. Love you guys. Okay, let's see. Mikhail Lockhart. I'm a tenor. Not that it really matters. How can guys access their whistle register? So Mikhail, you have to have a bent towards that light, airy tone first. Some guys are not meant to access whistle register. That's why you don't hear it a lot. You can get that breathy kind of like, I don't know, Justin Timberlake sort of vibe, like Sam Smith sort of vibe. But whistle register is really very unique for a guy to be able to access. And I would need to hear you and work with you a little bit to see if that's something that you could or couldn't do. And I'd be honest with you. I'd be like, yo, dude, no, ain't happening. Doesn't matter how many lessons. But it's a possibility, but it's not a probability for all guys. Just so you know. Eddie, question, please. Does singing quietly or even humming hurt the voice long term? Also, can you explain yodeling? How do they do it? Okay, so, oh, thank you, Gaston Grammar. My coaches and I will help you, or come to my coaches and me for help. Thank you. I appreciate that. Gaston, you're awesome. I'm gonna show that comment. I don't know why I got blocked. Yes, so singing quietly or humming does not hurt the voice. In fact, humming is almost vocally therapeutic. But whispering, that is a no-no. Don't do it, okay? Whispering's really bad for the voice, really bad, because you only have air going through the larynx and no sound. So there's no vibration in the cords, there's just air, and it's extremely drying. It's kind of like rubbing sandpaper on your skin. It's just not good for it at all. So no whispering. If you're gonna, oh, thank you. No whispering. If you're going to, bye X-Force, if you're gonna do something, speak in low tones, or write it out, but do not whisper ever. Bad for your voice. But singing and humming in low tones, nope, that's fine. I didn't meet the TNT boys in person. They did send me a really sweet video thanking me for reacting to them and for I was possibly going to be able to go and do the tour with them, but I didn't have enough notice. I couldn't make it work on my schedule. Kubanito Lindo, how come you ask me to whistle all the time? Now I come to find out you want me to lose my voice. I don't ask you to whistle. I ask you to be less loud, because you are loud as hell. And you usually almost wake my baby up. How do you feel about, by the way, Cubans can't be quiet, guys. I don't know who's Cuban on here other than my boyfriend, but they are so loud. They're like as bad as Italians. I don't know what it is. How do you feel about an airy, wispy voice? I don't mind it as long as it's supported. Airy, wispy voice can happen two ways. Here, or through the abs. The abs are what need to force that air out, okay? But no throaty wispies. That's not good. Thank you, Lyman Fun. I appreciate it. I hope I didn't butcher your name. Oh yeah, and yodeling. Okay, so yodeling is simply going back and forth between chest and head, skipping mix. It's that, only done with a lot more control and a lot more precision. I'm not a fan of yodeling, so I haven't mastered the craft. I wouldn't be someone who you'd want to go to take yodeling lessons, because frankly, I just wouldn't even want to coach that. That's just an hour of my day doing something I don't want to spend doing. So go somewhere else for that. But that's what it is. It's chest to head, no mix in between. It's a direct and rough and immediate cutoff of register going from one to the next. Grace, you're asking which means you asked another question. You're saying, and are they car-friendly vocal exercises? I mean, I know it's not great to sit. Are there any car-friendly vocal exercises? Yes. There's quite a few that I have, Grace. And yes, it's not great to sit, but if you are sitting up, not using the back, and you are you're upright from your hips up and simulate standing, you can, but just be careful about that. Mm. Hi from Nome? Do you mean Rome? Wow. Hi, Poland. Wow. Let's see. What else? What else? What else? Hi, Tara. Joshua. I'm Tara. Hi, Tara. I'm Tara. Hi, Tara. I'm 17 years old and a male. I sing okay, but I'm having trouble finding my voice, if you know what I mean. I do know what you mean. It's kind of raspy. Okay. So, Joshua, finding your voice. You need help with that. You're not going to find it on your own. You're going to end up imitating other people and feeling like you're just a poser and not your own voice. Now, it's okay. Hey, Netherlands. It's okay to take things and certain elements that you like from different singers and can join them into a sound, but without direction on how to do that from someone who knows what they're talking about, you're going to end up more or less imitating instead of recreating, so to speak. Okay, so I highly recommend that you study. You're young, you have time to improve that vocal technique and stretch and find that sound. So I would definitely do that. Nome, Alaska. Oh, okay, didn't know it existed. Now I do. How do I improve my vocal agility? Okay, so vocal agility is basically, think of like a deer when it runs, how it can change directions really quick and bound from left to right, right? That's equivalent, a visual of what vocal agility is. You cannot improve vocal agility properly or sustainably until you master the foundation of vocal technique. So that's why I'm creating a second course that does a little bit more on like riffs and runs and vocal agility, since we've already addressed a lot, if not all, of the foundation in the first course. So I recommend that you do the first course and then or do some privates if you're wanting vocal agility. So these are kind of intermediate questions. That's something that's not going to be able to be answered in a way that you can apply it in a Q&A like this. So I would recommend making sure that your technique is solid first, because vocal agility is a byproduct of the good foundation of technique. What? Den, I don't even know what that means. Sarcast. After years of snoring, my voice dropped significantly, almost an octave. I can't access my head voice like I used to. Is this reversible? I don't think that's from snoring though. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry, I can't answer that. You might need to see an ENT, ear, nose, and throat doctor about that. That's beyond the scope of what I can tell you. I'm sorry. So Simeon, what's the best way to get a record deal for a singer who's complete nobody right now and has no connections, but they have an amazing voice? Isn't that the age-old question? That and how to mix. Listen, Simeon, record labels don't know what the heck they're doing. They're like literally behind their desks right now, like white knuckled, figuring out how they're gonna hang on to their jobs. There is no money in record sales anymore, really. I mean, no one buys CDs. That's a thing of the past. It's digital downloads. It's 99 cents. Think about it. Like there's no revenue curve anymore. So the money is in ticket sales. It's in merch. And that's where artists make money. The label gouges on the record sales, and now they're trying to gouge on other things, right? But like that shouldn't be your goal. To get signed sounds really like romantic almost, and like, oh, what you need to do, but it's not. It's not. Be great where you are. Build up your grassroots fan base in your local area. Get so big that the labels come to you. That's the way to do it. That's where you really want to be. Macklemore won a Grammy without being signed to a label. And when he said that at the Grammys, they cut his mic off, if that tells you anything. So it's not about being signed at all. It's about doing the best that you can with where you are and letting fans speak for themselves, letting them grow it. Okay. Yeah. I hope that helped. Don't worry about being signed. It's whatever. I'm anti-label. Okay, Moshe, you previously replied to a question about having less breathiness and falsetto. You stated to tighten the abs. What are the physical things one must do? Breathe in. Well, you need to take a good breath in. Victor Lawson. Hey. You need to take a breath in and it needs to be low and deep. But after that, think of it as like the Heimlich maneuver. It's like that in and up feeling. If you don't know what I mean by that, then just get on the floor and literally do a crunch. And while you're mid crunch, like if this is my head and these are my feet, and my torso is, if this is the floor, my torso is raised at a, say like a, I don't know, 45-degree angle, sing there statically, like hold that angle and use your abs to hold it. And that's using your abs at 100%. Okay. Okay. I'm going to do a couple more questions, guys, and then I gets to go. I want to sing high notes like Mitch Grassi, but my voice is changing and I'm 15 years old. How can I get higher chest to sing Never Enough? You have to get through puberty first before you know where you stand, but I definitely would recommend still doing vocal exercises and trying to stretch your range while working through puberty, for sure. Get with a coach. It's very difficult to keep range through puberty, so you need help with that. I'm 13 and have a large range, so what should I do to make it more fluid because I crack a lot? It's probably a lack of space or support, Cheryl. You definitely need to have your parents email for lessons, because if you're cracking, that's a form of strain most likely. You're not executing vocal technique properly, and you're not going to fix that on your own. Hey, Waldo, I love your videos. Thank you. I'm a 21-year-old male and can sing high notes and belt really well, but I have trouble with singing low notes, like the low notes at the beginning and ending of the song. Any help? Yeah, Waldo. So first of all, I would say to you, you need to think in opposition. So a lot of people, when they go to hit low notes, they give in to the low, like, right? You're welcome, Grace. So when you do this, it actually makes you wolfier and the sound gets clogged in your throat. So high, light, bright when you go low, and low, deep, thick when you go high. So instead of like you hear where the sound goes, and it's wrong. The second one is wrong. So and I can fight that urge to put it back by keeping my chin up, keeping my face bright, raising my cheekbones. Okay, see if that helps. Thank you, Lyman. Okay, one more question, guys. Someone asked me an allergy question. I was trying to get to that one. You can't see it anymore. I'm sorry. What is the best thing? Milana Borelli, what is the best thing to drink so that before you perform to get stuff out of your throat? My favorite thing to drink is throat coat. I love throat coat tea. Thanks, Willis. I love throat coat tea. I think it's amazing. It's all, anything I recommend you guys, by the way, is all homeopathic and organic. I'm a freak like that. So I love throat coat tea. There's a children's one if you don't like the taste of the regular one. Angelica drinks that one all the time. Thank you, Ronald. But yeah, throat coat's amazing. Some people like to down a teaspoon of honey beforehand. That's fine. Can't hurt, you know. Thanks, Anita. Yeah, throat coat tea is thebomb.com. Whatever you do, you're welcome, Waldo. Don't do any... Yeah, actually, he's not wrong. I'll get to that in a second, babe. So don't do anything with ice. You can't do ice before. You want anything room temperature or warmer. Etienne is saying cactus water is where it's at. And actually, I do like coconut water and cactus water a lot. Cactus water has the same properties of coconut water, the electrolytes, the minerals, what's the word I'm looking for? The plasma that's in our bodies, same as coconut water, but it's got less sugar, so it's less calories. It's 20 calories per 8 ounces. So in a big thing of it, it's 80 calories. It's awesome. We're kind of obsessed with it these days. Cubanito Lindo likes it a lot. So yeah, that's great. So listen, guys, remember, and don't drink boiled water. So yeah, so listen, tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be on for about a half hour doing basically more of this, a little more in-depth study, a little more talking about the course, why it's taking singers from good to great, why you should be in it. And if you have any vocal questions, feel free to hop on there and ask me there as well. If you're not in the 8-week course already, you should be. If you're a singer asking intermediate to advanced questions here, or even you singers who are beginners who don't even know how to stand right, we go over that. I actually, before we go, I forgot that I was going to do this, and I wanted to read you guys something. So he's usually on this. I didn't see his name today. But there's a guy named Andrew Brams, and Andrew, where is he in my email? Okay, so Andrew just joined the course, and he's been on the Q&As for a while. And I wanted to read to you his email that he sent me. And so in the course, it's kind of a surprise. I'm sort of spoiling it, but in the course, I ask everybody that one of the first things I ask them is, why are you here? Like, what's your why? And this is what he wrote to me. And I already asked permission to share it. He said, hello, Tara. I just enrolled in your 8-week course tonight. This was on the 20th. As you know, I have requested that I give you the reason. I've been requested by you to give you the reason I'm interested in improving my voice. Well, here it is. I've had a passion for singing. I do it every single day. I've had some training in vocal health, but want to make sure I'm doing things right so that I don't damage my voice over time. The extent of my public vocal performances has been mainly under local musical theater. I have sung for various events. I have a desire to branch out more and make something of myself, but I'm not sure exactly what it looks like. I don't think I'm as ambitious as to go all the way to Broadway, though it certainly has crossed my mind. I haven't found my niche in the singing department yet, but I know that the first step is to hone my voice to be much better and greater than it is now. Key sentence. I know I haven't found my niche, but I know that the first step is to hone my voice to be much better and greater than it is right now. Preach. I'm certain that this course will help me get on the right track. Hopefully this gives you a general idea. I don't exactly have my life figured out, but I'm still young, as they say. So that's Andrew's. What a great why. It's attainable, it's realistic, and if that resonates with you, then join Andrew in the course. You're going to love it. All the questions are answered by me, and we'll talk more about that tonight. Also, really quick, wanted to touch on Insta-Reactions. I mentioned them at the end of my YouTube videos. For those of you that have been asking me questions today, that I've said, I really need to hear you. This isn't something I can really answer. Do an Insta reaction. It's probably the least expensive way to access my coaches and I. And so go to instareactions.com. It's also, the link to that is also in the description box. And you're going to basically sing for us, me or them, whoever you choose. You can choose between me or my coaches. And when you do that, then we're going to react to you just like you see me reacting on YouTube. And we're going to post it to IGTV. And you're going to get our critiques, our professional opinion, our feedback, and our ways and our help and ways to get you sounding better through that as well. So that's a really great option for you guys. So make sure you check that out, instareactions.com. In that case, it was my coaches and me. Dang it. Oh my gosh. I can't. Forget it. Guys, just excuse my grammar, okay? Like, that's the one thing. I can't. It stresses me out. I can't do it. Anyway, love you guys. Proud of you. Thank you so much for being on today. And I will see you guys hopefully tonight at 9. Click on that Zoom link and we'll have a little evening party, a little evening voice party, okay? Love you guys. Bye.